Hello and welcome back to FM Wonderkids. My name is Rhys and this is the continuation of Euro 2020 Fantasy Football. It's the round of 16 and it's time to select our team with unlimited transfers. So coming up in today's show, I'll review match day 3 quickly. How did it go for me? Because we haven't had a chance to talk about that yet. We will talk about my finalised draft for the round of 16. We've got unlimited transfers, so you can pick any players you want. I've got no chips left, so we're not talking chip strategy. I'm just trying to pick players who I think aren't going to get knocked out of the tournament. We'll talk a little bit about captaincy, but I don't find that captaincy is that important when it comes to planning my team. I just do like to spread my players across days, and then I'll choose my captain as and when that day arises. We'll have a quick look at the mini league to see who is on top, and we will finish with start of the day. It's not going anywhere, folks. So match day 3 looked like this for me. I ended up with Memphis Depay captain, 24 points, hero. What a hero. Ronaldo got 10 points against France. I told you I couldn't see him not scoring in that game. Ends up he scores 2 penalties. It was 2 penalties, right? Hazard with 3 points, Gnabry with 2 points, but Havertz got his goal, 7 points. Chiesa only 3, and Kevin De Bruyne with 6. Jordi Alba got 8 points, that's a clean sheet and an assist. Zinchenko did nothing again, and Gozens only got 1 point. What a joke. Donnarumma those 6 points, as well as 6 points for my substitute goalkeeper Pickford, 2 points for Harry Kane, what is going on there? 1 point for Meunier, who didn't start. Dumfries 1 point, who came off at half time, which is quite good because I was very, very close to captaining him, but I chose to pay instead. Actually saying to one of the boys on WhatsApp, I can see him coming off early, Dumfries. So that was my limitless team, ended up on 72 points, which I'm happy with. It puts me in 3rd place in one of my mini leagues, but I'm not really setting the world alight, but we'll see what happens in the knockout stages. So talking about the knockout stages, you can see on the screen here, I've had the little knockout table on my left or right. Not sure what side it is. And also we've got the anytime goal scorer odds and clean sheet odds from our friend FPL Salah over on Twitter. Go and give him a follow if you haven't already. So with all this data in mind, I have picked this team as my optimal team to get me optimal pointage. Ronaldo up front, not going without this kid. Benzema for 10 million and Moreno for 6.6 million. I think he started the last 2 games, Moreno, whereas the first game he didn't start, but he did come on with 16 minutes to go. Ferran Torres has actually missed the last 2 games, which is quite interesting, but I'm not 100% convinced Moreno will start, but he's done well in the last 2 games. Even when he came on in that first game, he did well, so I can't really see why he would be dropped, and 6.6 million is great value for someone who, as we can see, has got a good chance of scoring. Wijnaldum I love in this Dutch team, no questions need to be asked there. He scored 2 goals in his last match. Come on, Genie. Kevin De Bruyne, 10.6 million, best midfielder in the world, pretty much for me. He's got to be in my team. Insigne and Berardi are in there. Berardi is the cheap option and Insigne is the more premium option, but these are the only 2 midfielders, I think. I mean, up in the high 30s anyway, according to the bookies. Spinazzola then as the attacking fullback, as well as Dumfries. Toloi, I'm not too sure about, but it looks like he's coming in for the injured Fabrizi or something like that his name is. If anybody knows anything more about that injury, please let me know in the comments, because I haven't looked into it too much at the time of recording. I'm just kind of going on what I see on paper, and it looks like Toloi has taken his spot at right back. Stecklenburg and Simone come in as my 2 goalkeepers at 4.7 million and 5.1 million respectively. Jack Grealish is a little bit of a punt in the England spot there. Kimpembe and Torres making up my back line. Now you'll probably notice that I've avoided going too heavy on the really big games like England, Germany and Portugal, Belgium, for example. I just don't know. I just don't know who's going to win. I've got no chips left, so I want to kind of minimize our risk there, but I also want to go for some of the really hot players like Ronaldo, De Bruyne. Grealish is just a little bit of a left field choice. I think he's good value. It's a little bit up in the air as to whether he plays or not, but I think he does play, which he did in the last game. He's going to be good. So if I click onto date view here, then we can see that I've spread it across the days a little bit. I mean, there's only so much you can do with like 4 games on. Is it 4 or 8 games on? 8 games. So I've got a couple from the 27th, a couple from the 28th, a couple from the 26th, and a couple from the 29th. My 2 goalkeepers pay on a separate day, which I think is important. And then from there, I will just pick my captains as and when the day comes around. Berardi, I've got my captaincy on at the moment. Could potentially be Insigne or Spinazzola. Probably not Toloi because I'm not too sure about him. But I think Berardi and Spinazzola are my two standouts for the first day anyway. Let's have a look at the mini league. On top with a massive 245 points and 94 points in match day 3 is Bugless Boys, but also Utopia, joint top with 245. So we'll have a look at Bugless Boys first. You can see he smashed his captaincy as well as me last week. Memphis Depay, 24 points. He went for Marlon as well. Some really good picks here. Forsberg, Perisic, De Bruyne, Havertz, Marley, can't pronounce it, but he did really well for Malin as well. This guy switched on, getting some good pointage. Did his wild card there, which was a popular strategy as well. So well done to you. And a quick look at Utopia here as well. Again, Depay, but not captain. Shaqiri captain, absolutely huge. Yarmolenko, Forsberg as well. As Havertz, De Bruyne, some big hitters there with a couple of good clean sheets in the back line there from Stecklenburg and Toloi. Also wildcarded in match day 3. That limitless in match day 2 and wildcard in match day 3, which is probably the most popular strategy, seems to have worked out for people. But it'd be interesting to see how people who haven't used all their chips can catch up or even overtake these guys headed into the knockout stages. Stat of the day today comes for you from Twitter, and you can follow me on Twitter at FMWKDS, just on the bottom of your screen here. The links are all in the video description for all my socials, Instagram, etc, etc. But 0.98, England have progressed the ball upfield 0.98 meters per second in open play at Euro 2020, the lowest figure of any side at the tournament, with last night's being last game against Czech Republic, figure of 0.7, also a single game low for any side in the tournament. Hashtag ponderous. How will this work out against the Germans? We just don't know. I can see like a cheeky 1-0 from England in that game. Germany don't look great at the back, and England look quite solid, to be honest with you. They're not risking too much, I don't think, England, in terms of going forward. I can see England matching Germany's formation, as in a 5 at the back type of system. And I could see a cheeky 1-0 or maybe even a 0-0 and a penalty shootout, and we know what's going to happen if that happens. Guys, that's been your video for today. That is your team selection for the round of 16. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to smash the like button. Hit subscribe if you're new. All the Euro 2020 content now is going up on this channel, FM Wonderkids, and my other channel, FM Blog. Fantasy Manager Weekly is just going to be purely FPL, so make sure you are subscribed to each relevant channel with your notifications on if you don't want to miss a video, and we'll see you soon. Peace.